Idalia has been lashing the coast of Florida all day. By early tomorrow morning, it's expected to have made landfall as a dangerous storm. Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us. I'm Sharice Gibson here with your local weather expert, Chief Meteorologist Chris Franklin. And Chris, Idalia, it really went from a tropical storm to a Category 2 hurricane so quickly.
It is still a 2 and is expected to continue rapidly intensifying right up to the point of landfall, probably less than 12 hours from now. So it'll already be inland, maybe about 7 a.m.
Right.
So the window of opportunity for it to further strengthen is closing. However, it is still likely to take full advantage of those warm Gulf water temperatures and continue to rapidly intensify. Now, unfortunately, we've been kind of talking about the pros and cons. One of the pros is that it should be making landfall as a major hurricane in a very sparsely populated part of the Florida coast, which, as far as the Florida coast goes, there aren't too many areas that aren't highly populated, but the Big Bend is primarily marshland. You do have some isolated communities, some more that are a bit farther inland, but as far as those impacted by the direct landfall of those strongest winds, it does look to be fairly minimal. And as I've been mentioning, those folks have been basically in the bullseye since the 24th and 25th, so for the last several days, and hopefully those folks have made the full precautions. There has been a slight change in the forecast. It is still at a 2, but barely. It is almost up to a Category 3, and because of that, the expectation is now for it to make landfall as a Category 4 with winds of 130 miles an hour. Now, if you were to take a storm like this and hit it directly over, say, Panama City, Pensacola, Tampa, it would be devastating and will be devastating for some of these communities. But hopefully, as it starts moving further inland, a lot of those smaller communities that are a little bit more inland, we should start to see the storm weakening. However, as it is moving very quickly, that window of opportunity is pretty small for it to further intensify. Still expected to as we continue through the overnight. Now, it'll still be a Category 1 storm as it moves across southern Georgia and into South Carolina. So for the Carolinas and Georgia, not getting an impact from the Atlantic, but from the Gulf, as it will continue into maybe affecting the outer banks of North Carolina as a tropical storm. We're looking at some strong winds there, then eventually dissipating or weakening, I should say, as it moves farther out into the open Atlantic by this weekend. We had some rainfall around here during the day today. Most of that